Look at this beautiful view, man. It's been absolutely pissing it down recently, and the river is kind of flooding, but it looks quite nice. Fancy a swim? Gonna go in. Get in there, bro. So you might find that sometimes you have days where you feel a bit low, or you feel, I apologise for the hair, but I don't know what's going on, but you're feeling a bit off. Your vibration is in quite a low, even negative vibration. Now you have these days where you're just off the momentum. You don't really, maybe you're a bit lost, maybe you're sad, maybe you're angry, maybe you're pissed off. Whatever it is, you just don't feel as good as you could be. You don't feel ideal today, right? When you have these days, this is something I'm starting to understand is, first of all, don't identify these days as negative days. That's why I put the quotations over the negative, because it doesn't necessarily mean because your vibration is low that you are in a negative state of being, or something negative is happening to you. Negativity and positivity, happy, sad, in a sense, it's all preference, it's all perspective, it's all depends on the way that you perceive the situation. So for example, I could be, feeling quite low today. I could be quite sad. Let's say my dogs died, for example. I always use that example, poor dogs, man. But anyway, let's say the dogs died, right? And you're feeling a bit sad, you're feeling a bit low, your vibration's quite low. You don't have to look at this situation, which is a fact. This is a fact, your dog has died, but your opinion revolving around that fact doesn't have to be negative. It doesn't have to be a bad opinion, like, oh, this is the worst thing in the world, right? That's point one I want you to take from this video, is understand that these situations that you're going through do not have to be negative. It all depends on the way that you look at the situation. Oh, my dog's died. Bro, there's literally a tree floating in the river. Fucking hell. You see it? Yeah. My hand-eye coordination is terrible. So, okay, my dog's died. That's it's a low vibrational state of being, but it doesn't have to be negative. It doesn't have to get me down. Let me go and try and find shelter, because it's absolutely pissing it down. Do you understand my point, right? So you can look at the situation and think, okay, well, it's happened, it's a fact, and I'm grateful for the time that I had with him. It's made me more mentally resilient. It's exposed me to emotions I didn't even know that I had. Okay, these are some positive things that I'm learning about myself now. I'm learning about how I respond to certain situations. That's quite positive. Okay, that's number one. But also, should we go up this hill? It looks steep as fuck, bro, but let's do it. Hey, by the way, boys, I'm going to get into the second point in a second, which is a very, very, very good one I want you guys to remember. This is literally life-changing shit, but I'm going to start changing up the scenery of the videos, right? Because I find that I like my tree, the little tree that I sit in. I like it, and it's very chill, but I want to start changing it up for you boys and taking you guys on walks again like we used to do. If any of you guys are OGs of the channel, you remember when we used to just walk everywhere. Like, I'd be in the little jungle bits, I'd be in the forest, I'd be just in the middle of the park saying hello to people. Like, I'd just go everywhere. So we're going to bring that back, bring back the OG Luke, and we're going to start going for some little walks and stuff, because I think it's just beneficial as well for just the background to change and a bit of a different scenery and stuff, do you know what I mean? So we'll just get past these people and then we'll carry on. But yeah, the second point, man, it's a good one, I'm telling you. It's a good one. Hello. So number two is when you're in these low, oh, there's another guy. This is the only problem with walking you guys around and taking you for walks. There's always people and it interrupts the flow. But anyway, point two is when you get yourself in these low vibrations, when you get yourself in these low situations where, you feel sad, you feel down, whatever it is. I think it's interesting to understand that. Hey mate, you okay? I think it's interesting to understand as well that you can always take this situation as an opportunity. You can always take this situation that you've been through right now, your dog dying, or you're low on the business, or business is flopping, whatever, whatever it may be. I'm starting to realise that there's always, this is true unfiltered, innit, bruv? No edits, raw, out in the harsh, just getting battered by the wind and the rain. But I'm not editing shit. Anyway, listen, there's always an opportunity to take from it. I've recently realised, I've been going through some periods where my mind is focused on the wrong things, and because of that reason, my vibration started to go off. I started to go into this low vibration and feel like shit, basically. When I started to understand, number one, the first one that I told you, is looking at it in a positive way, not in a negative way of like, oh, feeling sorry for myself, like a victim. None of that bullshit. You just look at it in a positive mindset, and you take what you can from it, you learn from it, you grow from it. But then also number 2 is seeing it as an opportunity. What is the thing that this situation is trying to teach me right here? So the way I like to look at it, and you can look at it in a different way if it works for you, whether it's God or whatever, if you believe in God or Allah or whatever, you know, works for you. Or maybe you're a bit more of a atheist and you just want to see it as, this is just life, this is just part of life challenging me. Whatever you want to do, right? The way that I see it is, okay, this negative period that I'm going through right now, this badness, this sad feeling, this, so basically we have momentum. I'm going to explain this to you. We have momentum, all right? And your momentum is either going up or it's going down. That's it. It doesn't really rest on baseline. It doesn't really just go hard on the fucking generator. All right, let me just ask you a question before I crack on. Do you guys want to see, this video's all over the place, I am aware, it won't always be like this, but do you guys want to see more of these walking videos where I take you guys different places and you can see the scenery and stuff? Or do you want me to just be stagnant in the tree? Because the tree videos can be a lot more valuable. I can just talk from point to point. There's no distractions, there's no people, there's nothing going on. But at the same time, it's a bit entertaining for you guys to see where I'm going and stuff, isn't it? So let me know. Anyway, let's go sit down and we'll make this a valuable end to the video, right? So you guys have momentum. And if for whatever reason, your momentum, your vibration that you're on starts to dip and it starts to go down, then you're going to find yourself feeling a bit sluggish, a bit lethargic, a bit sad, whatever it may be. You're going to just feel not ideal 100%, physically, mentally, everything. It's kind of like you're on this momentum, bam, something happens. You don't get as many clients as you usually do. The girl rejects you. She says no. You know, your dog's died, whatever. Bam, something will knock you off that momentum, knock you off that flow. And if you do not catch yourself and you do not look at this situation in a positive way as kind of an opportunity, the way I like to see it is, okay, this is the universe giving me another life lesson. Because I've literally, this is my purpose. I've dedicated myself to understanding my mind, understanding the world, the universe, you know, improving myself in that sense to such a deeper level than just, go to the gym, right? This is my purpose. So the way that I see my downfalls and my low momentum moments is, okay, this is the universe giving me a test. And from this test, I'm going to grow. I'm going to become the man that I keep visualizing. That is how I see it. It's like these goals that I visualize on a daily basis of certain amount of subscribers, certain amount of lifestyle, what I'm living, you know, a certain set lifestyle that I'm living. I visualize these goals in my head every single morning, right? And I see these negative packages that the world keep giving to me. I see these negative packages as opportunities for me to grow, for me to learn, for me to shape up the way that I see the world. Okay, and from that, then I will then grow into the kind of man that can achieve that lifestyle that I'm visualizing. Does that make sense? That is the way that I see it, and I genuinely believe that that is backed scientifically. That is the way that your subconscious mind works. It works towards, it's kind of like a torpedo. It gears you, whatever you think of, it will just get you to there one way or another. It doesn't differentiate between negative or positive. Oh, my dog's just died. But because my dog has just died, I have now learned a valuable life lesson that has made me the kind of man that can achieve the life that I keep visualizing. Do you understand? So it may be presented to you in a negative package, but that is exactly what you need in order to get the lifestyle that you keep visualizing. That is how I see it. And it's really, really profound when you think about it like that. Like, okay, these negative moments, these knockdowns, these setbacks, whatever, are simply just tests from the universe, the challenges. And if you go deep in them and you embrace them and you don't start thinking negatively, you don't start going in a spiral of negativity in your head, because it's all in your mind, right? It's all what you attract using your mind. So you don't start, oh, my dog just died. Oh, well, of course, it would happen to me. I'm a failure. My life shit, whatever. You start thinking negative thoughts and going even lower down on the vibration. If you remain positive and you stick through it and you try and take the lessons from it, you'll find that there's always a crucial turning point from these downplay moments, whatever you want to call them. So, for example, again, my dog just died. Okay, I'm embracing it. I'm taking the positives from it. But what is the universe trying to teach me? What is it trying to tell me right now? Bam, take it. There's always a life lesson to take from these situations. And I've recently learned that with my my coaching, right? I was setting the coaching at certain prices for whatever, I don't know what it, whether it's ego or whatever it was, or in my brain I was thinking, well, if I set it at a high price, then I don't have to work as much in order to make you, but you know what I mean? So I did that, and then I had this down moment where I was like, but I'm not getting any more orders. I'm not getting any orders. And then the valuable life lesson that I took from that down moment of me thinking negatively for a little bit of like, the business is failing, I'm not getting orders, how can I sustain myself like this? That down moment, I embraced it, and I thought to myself, what is the universe trying to teach me right now? Bam, it hit me. Target market. Why the fuck am I setting prices at like $100? What is my target market? Normal, you know, average working class men. Men that get in there and graft and fucking work their arse off. You know, they're not where they want to be in life just yet, but that is exactly the point of my channel. I'm trying to guide them. I'm trying to help them, equip them with the right mindset. So these guys that I'm targeting, my target market, I guess you could say, is not, you know, rich, well-off, sorted individuals. These guys are struggling. These guys are in the midst of, you know, challenge and stress and hardship, and they're growing into the men that they want to be, but obviously they're probably not financially where they want to be yet. Some of them might be, some of them won't, most of them won't. So in order for me to, I guess, reap the rewards of that and to really target the right people, I've got to lower the price. Cool, bam, learned a lesson about business there. Always keep your target market in mind. That's a lesson that I've taken from that. Okay, other things as well, like, oh, why did I set it at this price? Ego. Why did I do this? Bam, bam. So I'm learning constantly. That's how you have to attack the world, with a growth positive mindset. Do you understand? If you're feeling lost right now, if you're feeling low, if you're feeling sad, angry, fear, whatever it is, you're just not in a positive vibrational state. And again, positive and negative, all depends on how you look at it. But traditionally, we see sadness as negative, right? We see fear as negative. We see being lost in life as negative. So I'll just use them as placeholders for this video. If you are in a negative vibration right now, you do not feel as good as you could do. You do not feel ideally how you would like to feel. Understand that the universe is trying, that God, Allah, whatever, life is trying to teach you something that you need to take from this down moment. Because if you did not have this down moment, your dog died, no business clients, girl rejected you. If you didn't have that, you wouldn't be able to see the world from a different perspective. If I didn't have that moment of like panic and anxiety of like, oh, my business is failing, how can I sustain this? If I did not have that moment, I wouldn't have looked at things. I would have just kept going, just baseline, normal. This is my normal life, autopilot, I'm used to it. But because I had that sudden knock, that forced me to wake up, to stay present, and to look at the world from a different lens, from a different perspective, go down a different avenue, right? These moments shape up your mind to help you become the kind of man that you want to be. Oftentimes, again, they will present themselves in a negative package, but you have to always attack it with a positive mindset. That is how you grow. That is how you become the man that you want to be. Does that make sense? With that being said, the coaching is down below. Half price now. It used to be $100. Now it's $50. Fucking half price for you boys. We're going to try and make this a continuous thing. I want to keep in contact with you boys. Okay, I want to give you that guidance that I've had to learn through hardship and through pain and through suffering. You guys can learn from me like that. It's like reading a book on steroids. Rather than reading the entire book, you can just talk with me for 60 minutes about your specific problems, your personal problems. Save time reading over all the bullshit that doesn't apply to you. Just go straight in there with what you're struggling with, learn from me, and go straight to the top, skyrocket. But not only that, we share that positive energy. You can talk to somebody that thinks like you. You can vent, you can actually speak about your problems for once that you can't really talk about with other people. Who really are you going to find on a day-to-day basis who you can speak to about your porn addiction or some bullshit like that, right? I want to be that guy for you. Coaching's down below. Look after yourself, bro, yeah? Wow.